Hey there, Goblins. Today, we're gonna go over how to unlock all the golden slimes in the Dark Tower. So, no need to wait, let's just jump right in. So this one's pretty straightforward. Just clean up the main hall, don't overload the torches, don't feed yourself to the mimic, and avoid the traps. Whenever you feed the mimic, use the right mouse button to serve your mop at a safe distance. If you want to play it safe, use the mimic to eat all the meat first, and then just stick them away in a corner to finish the other tasks. Don't forget the mana objects, particularly the vines near the slime generator. Just do all the other tasks first, then turn on the vines to get the challenge, and then just turn them back off so you can finish the level. When you reach the Forlorn Crypt, don't feed any of the meat to the mimic. Instead, just launch it over to the tree outside. The tree will gradually eat every piece of meat, which frees you up to do all the other tasks. Now, if you forgot and fed all your meat to your mimic, it's no problem at all. Just jump into the mimic yourself and make more meat. You only get penalized and fail the challenge if it's the tree that kills you. It's going to be tricky cleaning the basement with a laser eye, so the first thing you ought to do is reassemble the furnace. You'll find the valve right by the entrance if you just hang a right, where the pipe will be found past the laser eye. Stick your slime into the fire, and it becomes a fire slime. If you didn't know, fire slimes can clean multiple pools of blood at once. Plus, you can reignite it after it's been used up. That'll be relevant for later challenges. Most of the furniture will already be in the basement, where the missing table will be in the upstairs hallway. The pew by the silence room is also required, so don't forget that. The revived monsters at the bottom refers to the necromancy book found in the basement. If you just take it to the forbidden section, that should count. For this next challenge, you're going to look for 4 flying books in the level. You'll find one in the basement, one to the entrance of the library, one at the second slime generator, and one at the upper section of the library. When you're returning each book, it's actually pretty simple not to wake up the necromancer. Don't jump or run while you're in the room, and he'll stay sound asleep. Do this 4 times, and you'll be in good shape. So this challenge is pretty simple, as you don't need to bother with the torture chamber, and you have a brazier right there to make fire slimes with. The only problem is there's a single puddle found behind the locked door behind the hall. To access, you need to make your way all the way down the iron sewers to grab the switch. Take the lever over to the jail by the entrance of the level, and you'll find the longer lever. Take this lever to the other entrance of the iron sewers to lower all the cages, where one is holding the key. Get that door open, clean that blood, and that's the challenge. Now that you open the door, you'll actually find the wandering skeleton behind one of the cells down the hall. Flip the switch in this area to let him loose. Shake off the fire slime from your mop. Carry the slime like you would furniture, and just launch it at him to kill the skeleton. So you have 2 methods of approaching this challenge. The first one will be using the water stream by the slime generator. If you shake off your slime and let it sink into the water, that'll actually wash off all the blood, and it'll be as good as new. The other method is actually overloading a torch, where you stick out your mop at a safe distance, and that will actually generate a fire slime. Don't forget you can relight it after it goes out. So this challenge can be tricky since the green section is so tiny in the mana bar. What I recommend doing is bumping it up through small clicks instead of holding the left mouse button hoping for the best. Don't forget you can reduce the mana back to a level that works for you. Bring the plant to Druid's Whispers and restore all of the missing furniture. Everything will be in this room, so don't worry about scouring the rest of the level. So before you begin looking for the dragon eggs, the first thing you want to do is actually lower the drawbridge that leads to the Dragon's Den. You'll first want to go to the upper section where the hidden button can be found behind this table here. Then jump down to the lower section on the floating platform that takes you to the top, where you'll find this newly opened doorway containing a key. This key will open the locked door that contains the lever that will allow you to lower the drawbridge. Just like the necromancer, the dragon will stay asleep as long as you don't run or jump while in its den. So the first egg can be found at the lower section by the entrance. There's a bridge you can summon in the middle that will take you straight to it. The second egg will be found in the void step. Go past the bridge and jump down to the lower section to your left. Dodge all the traps and you'll find the egg. The third and final egg will be found in the back right corner of the Dragon's Den. Since you don't want to jump over, you can take a stairwell that'll take you down and just bring it right back up. So this challenge is much easier. There's a brazier readily available at the Devil's Throat for you to make your fire slimes with. Just don't forget the section before the floating bridge, you want to get that too. So before starting the dining room, I would highly recommend selecting the Hot Feet or Thrower rooms, my preference being the Thrower. They prevent objects from breaking, which is important for one of the challenges. Before going straight up the Watchtower, you'll want to go past the dining hall and take the right staircase. That'll be where the slime generator is, so either take a handful with you or make a fire slime to clean. The mimic will also be in the dining hall as well. After cleaning, you're gonna have to find some of the missing furniture that belongs at the top of the tower. This will include a vase at the bottom of the stairs, a telescope in the dining room, a fancy chair also in the dining room, and a plant at the slime generator. The Watchtower room will have some extra furniture like the axe and the cup, and this will include a footrest that does belong in this section, but in the downstairs hallway instead. Once you've done this task, you're good to go to finish the rest of the map. If you do want to go ahead and turn the lights on, the lever for it will be way in the back of the rainy corridor, and you just take it to where the master bedroom is, across from that entrance. Pull the switch and you'll get light. This task is why I mentioned the runes earlier. If you and your friends each have them equipped, you won't have to worry about the furniture breaking. As usual, grab a fire slime and go to town. For this task, you'll start by going all the way down the entrance hallway, hang a right, and go to the right of the staircase. The first spider will be behind the bookcase there. Grab it and go down the staircase where you came from, where you'll find its mother in the left hallway. Just launch out the ceiling, and then proceed further down the basement, where you'll find the second spider, as well as the key. Return the second spider, grab the key, and use it to unlock the door in the foyer. The final spider will be in the kitchen in the back left corner. This one's pretty straightforward, as you can use a furnace in the kitchen to generate your fire slimes. The valve can be found in the hallway prior to the kitchen, while the pipe can be found across from the furnace. Use them both to turn a furnace on, and you're good to go. For the Frozen Dragon's Lair, you absolutely want the Ice Walker rune. It'll make your life significantly easier for these challenges. Now the dragon will appear in 1-minute intervals, alternating between the front and the back bridges. Try to keep track of these attacks when you're making your way around. The lever you'll need for the shortcut will be found at the last leg of the bridge. Alternatively, you can actually grab the lever earlier on and toss it across where the switch is. Simply make your way across, attach the lever, and pull to complete the challenge. For this challenge, you won't have to worry about bringing the mimic or the slimes with you. The best way to start is to drop down the necessary furniture down where the crypt is. This will include a stack of barrels and a chair, both of whom will be found past the fire trap. Otherwise, you're going to need 5 coffin lids to bring down with you. One will be past the traps at the bottom center. One will be right above the crypt entrance itself. One will be at the top of the left stairwell. One will be halfway down the bridge in that little lower section. You'll just jump down, grab the lid, and take the floating platform back up. The final one will actually be at the very end of the crypt itself, so don't worry about it right away. With everything now in order, start assembling all of the missing furniture. I would suggest putting together the skeletons only partially, as you'll have to go back and forth for that final coffin lid. The floor is iced, so this is where your rune will absolutely come in handy. Avoid the skeletons, grab that last coffin lid, put everything back together to win the challenge. Just like before, equipping the Ice Walker rune will make your life significantly easier for this challenge. Also, you can actually create an ice slime to traverse the frozen water a lot easier. Just use the mob action to create platforms. A quick way to the hot springs will be following the red flags up until the holy hand grenade. Then you'll want to follow most of the blue flags. There's a small crevice you can hike up that will take you to the top of the ledge, where you can just jump into the hot springs from there. Otherwise, just clean like normal without falling into the water. For this challenge, I recommend just simply playing the level with your friends. If you need people to play with, the main menu has a link to the game's official Discord. In there, you can post in the Looking for Goblins channel, or you can join one of the voice channels too. Alright, strap in lads, this is going to be a long one. For starters, I recommend equipping the Thrower rune for this challenge. There's going to be fragile furniture, so it's better to be safe than sorry. The challenge starts at the first respawn point. Past the first switch to go to the lower section, where you'll find the missing lever for it. Attach it, give it a pull, and you'll never have to touch its one for the rest of the stage. Cross the lava, and hang a right to the second switch. You're gonna flip it 3 times to gain access to the basement. Once you're down there, clean all the blood and guts like you normally would, although the furniture is not going to be as straightforward. You're going to want to take out the lever for the third switch, as well as the empty phase in one of the books. You're going to leave the latter 2 by the hammers for you to cross over with later. You'll also need to bring in a fancy chair and a potted plant. The chair can be found by the slime generator, while the potted plant would be past the first switch. When the basement is fully finished, you'll return to the second switch and give it 2 more pulls. Make your way across the lava with the missing lever and attach it to your third switch. From there, just give it 1 pull to raise the lava by the hammers. Take both the vase and the book across the lava and hammers. Be very careful not to drop them, as they will respawn in the basement. If that happens, you'll have to go back to your second switch to access it, and you'll lose a challenge. When you reach the new area, you need to go to the lower section in the opposite corner, and there will be a tunnel where you'll find the key to the locked door. The locked door will take you back to the third switch, where you'll give it 1 more pull to raise the lava in the new section. Take the key with you, make your way past the new room, and use it to open the locked door to the original respawn point. At this point, you'll effectively have access to the full map, so you should be in good shape to finish the rest of the tasks here in this dungeon. So this challenge is pretty straightforward, as tempting as it is to throw all the meat into the lava. The only word of warning is you gotta be very careful when you're dodging all the traps by the lava. If you get killed and your meat falls into lava, that counts. Now, the Sentinels are actually pretty easy to bait. Just let them approach you, identify the ring for the explosion, and just get out before they blow up. Do this for all 3 of them, and just clean the area while they're knocked out. This one's pretty straightforward too. When you're making your way around, you'll see that lava dripping over the terrain. That lava actually doesn't kill you right away, it simply does a little bit of damage, so don't worry too much about trying to dodge it and falling accidentally. If you want to speed things up, then make your way around the entire level on the 2nd floor. Past a fire trap, you'll find a valve close to where you start the level. If you install it at the halfway point and turn it on, it'll activate all the air valves that will launch you across the map with ease. Before starting the throne, I recommend equipping the Ice Walker rune for the 2nd challenge. For this challenge, you want to take a few precautions before turning on the generator. First, work your way through the upper section and grab the key, and just place it where the rushing waterfall is. Next, pick up the Carnivorous Plant and just place it somewhere far away so that it doesn't chase you when the generator is on. Grab the switch in the small room, turn on the generator, and the locked door will be behind where the rushing waterfall used to be. In this challenge, the key is going to be encased in ice found at the opposite side of the frozen pond. It's going to be tricky as you'll need the Ice Golems to break the ice for you to access the key. The Ice Golems are going to crouch right before they charge at you, so that's going to be your cue to move each time. Once you get the key, take it to the left side of the pond where the locked door is, and that is where you'll find your shield. For the final challenge, you work your way through the lower parts of the dungeon until you reach a more open area. When you reach it, you want to stay down there as the Sentinels patrol the higher portions, and you'll want to move to the back right corner. Make your way up the stairs, and if you hit the tripwire, just let the bomb bounce over you. You'll find the key to the left once you reach the top. From here, you can actually jump down to the lower area, make your way down, and open the locked door to find the final artifact. And don't forget to nab all those free tickets too. I really hope you found this guide helpful. Happy hunting out there, and have a great rest of your day.